Okay, so I have a couple more questions.
Yeah, let's go.
I asked you what's new with you, like anything to update. And one of the things you wrote was, I hate all politicians.
Oh, shit.
So
yeah, I do hate all politicians.
So we did have a little bit of a political talk last year.
We did.
And a lot of people, they enjoyed listening to that. I remember your stance was that we were kind of both in agreement that we're both kind of in the center politically.
I think.
But now your update is that you hate all politicians. Can you explain what's going on in
Totally.
Your,
so actually, I replay the conversation that we had in our head. I replay that a lot. Yeah, I think that was a very lovely conversation.
Yeah.
And I think about it a lot. I just I'm at the point where I realize that most American politicians are way more wealthy than the average American.
Yeah.
And they put on this WWE style fucking battle in front of the cameras. I don't even watch that shit. But they put on this front and in front of the cameras of, you're this and you're that, and then they convince us, I guess they convince us that someone else is a reason for our problems. And then all the while they're filthy fucking rich. Like after Christmas, our economy is going to go to the basement.
Yeah.
Save up your money and you're going to buy stock after Christmas. It's going to be cheap as can be. If they lose one house, they have 4 others to go to. Mm-hmm. If we lose one house, most of us are fucked.
Homeless. Yeah.
Yes, homeless, living with the in-laws, living with the mom. We're in rough shape. And they make these rules and these laws and you can do that and you can do and they're just rich fucking assholes.
It's like it's very inauthentic to hear we want to help this coming from people who don't need that help.
Yeah. It's like they're all worth so much. They're worth so much money.
Yeah.
How you have a job that pays $200,000 a year and you're worth $60 million?
Yeah.
How did that happen? Because there's so much stuff going on. They're taking money from lobbyists, and I think the thing that pisses me off the most, and this is really what it comes down to, is I think most people in America are pretty centered. Like I call myself a logicrat. I use logic to make decisions about things that are important. What our politicians are doing now is they're convincing us that if you don't agree with me, you're evil, you're against me, you want to hurt me,
talked about this,
you're un-American, and we need to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Or we need, you hate America. And it's like, no, the fuck I don't. I just think that tax dollars would be better to use this and doing, or whatever it may be. But the politicians will call you a far right, a far left. And everything that CNN is saying, Fox is saying the same thing in the opposite direction. So you got these two things just going like this.
Yeah.
And most of us are like I know tons of people who are way more conservative than I am. So we would call them, I guess, Republicans. I don't even know what they stand politically, but they're way more conservative than I am. And I see them 3 times a week. Never rude to me. Never hurt my feelings. Never said anything to upset me. Never made me feel alienated or uncomfortable. Never called me a name. But if you were to turn on the TV, if you didn't live here and you just turned on the TV and you watch CNN, you'd be like, wow, Republicans are pretty fucking evil people, don't you think?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if you watch Fox, you'd be like, so Democrats are pretty evil, right?
Yeah.
And that's not the case at all. And that's why I hate those motherfuckers. I cannot stand them.
Yeah, it's like I do remember you saying this at the last episode. You were like, and the joke's on us because we're the ones like feeding into it,
fighting it out,
and our lives are like severe. Like, I think I heard. I don't know if I heard this on somebody else's podcast or one of my friends said this. They're like, if you watch the news, you would think that the whole like people are just like beating each other up on the streets all the time. I mean, that might have been true like during the riots, but like on an everyday basis, like you would think that everyone's just like shitting on each other. And
oh my God. Just like, well, who'd you vote for?
Yeah, if you actually go out into the world and you just talk to people, I mean, there are a lot of scumbags in the world, but
there's a lot of normal bags.
Normal bags. You'll probably just have like some pretty decent interactions with human beings.
If you looked at everyone and you said, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing?"
Most of them would be friendly.
Would be like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Yeah.
I guarantee. We should do an experiment. I guarantee you, if you saw everybody from the hours of 7 o'clock to 10, well, in Philly, we'll say 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and you said, "Hey, good morning. How you doing?" I guarantee you could get a free cup of coffee off of someone.